Welcome to yoga with Sean in the garden. That's me. This isn't maybe your normal YouTube class or yoga class in general. What I'm going to share is a practice that is useful for me, and take it or leave it. Maybe you'll like it. So we're getting ready, getting our hair right, making sure we're comfortable. It's a hot day. I'm out here in the garden. There's valerian blooming, which helps sleep, and in a way, yoga also helps sleep. Now, I almost never want to practice, and I also wake up most days feeling like I can't get going, like there's the flow of my body's locked up, and I have a reason for that in a sense because I have a twisted spine, a condition of scoliosis, but in a way everyone has some sort of condition that blocks them, and yoga is really it's house cleaning. It's showing up and deciding to put in the effort. And the idea with this whole practice is that if we put in this effort, we in the future may be yielded with some form of grace. So why not start with our arms up, also our palms up, with our feet parallel the back edge of the heel in line with the pinky toe of the foot, keeping the arms above the shoulders, which will ultimately open up the armpits, the shoulders, in a way the windows of the main floor of the house, being the ribs, and just starting to become aware of the breath in your body. The breath that almost autonomically flows in and out. Possibly bringing intentionality to that breath. On an inhale, you could envision a fire rising up your back. On the exhale, imagine water raining down your front. And it's just a wrap of effort and grace, like you're really wrapping yourself in a protective sphere. As you inhale, fire rises, effort rises up your back. Through the past you create in every moment. Every exhale, grace raining down in front of you. And just keep the arms up. I want to put my arms down for sure. I'm going to show you something here. That really is the reason I practice, is the curve back here. So every time I'm holding my arms up, every time I'm organizing my body in space and time, I'm opening up my lungs, I'm opening up my capacity to stand up to gravity. We could bring our fingers together, press our palms up. And the king of the mountain, and remember our wrap. So we inhale, effort rises, fills the entire rib cage. Exhale, grace descends, a sense of pulling in the rib cage, engaging in the pelvic floor. Inhale and exhale, trying to soften the shoulders, to bring the palms to face up as if you're holding something precious above your head. Maybe feeling for a moment your feet rooted on the earth, sense of a lifting in the arch, in the way that a tree pulls water upward. Showing up with the willingness to practice. When we inhale, we fill the rib cage spherically, seeking to get it to expand in all directions. On exhale, release the arms. Slip them down. Good. Now we're gonna bring our feet hips distance apart. Measure 2 fists between the inner arches. Bring elbows to knees just to sense that you're softening the knees. There's no weight in these elbows. Just to really get a good hinge in the low back. for bringing palms down to the floor or a block if necessary. The action now here is plugging yourself in to the planet, to the roots. Anytime the head is below the butt, it allows for a sensation of cleaning the back, cleaning the mind, especially the back of the mind, cleaning our memories, gazing possibly through the legs at the past. And when I inhale, elbows to knees, light pressure, knees soften forward into the hands. You might even be slightly lifted in your heels and come up. Exhale here. What we're trying to do is build a good mountain, a good sense of being in our center, between the left and the right, between forward and backwards, between up and down, right? All the angles, as if what we're really trying to become is a good sphere. So we'll bring our arms up again above the shoulders, just gently with the legs making this motion. Right, I would press right big toe mound, twist hips to the left on an inhale, and then exhale to the right. Good. And then just bring hands to the back of the head. Now this is just something that I do. Try to find a sense of becoming very linear. A sense of the head pressing lightly into the hands, maybe the thumbs on the occipital ridge, back. Elbows could open out. Elbows could close in. Good. And then release the hands. Check in with the feet. Found a hole in my practice area. We'll have to work around different conditions. Let's inhale, arms out and up, gaze the thumbs. And exhale, soften knees forward, interlace fingers, and stay here. And then inhale, hinging, chest stays long. And exhale, stay. And then inhale, soften, chest up a little bit more. Soften knees down. Exhale all the way down. Hands to calves, chin tucks. I want to inhale, come to all fours. Good. Find two fists between the knees, hands on the shoulders. Sense of this motion being initiated by a kick in the hips. So when I inhale, lift the chest forward. And exhale, hug the belly in, tuck the chest, dome the back. Inhale, initiate from the tailbone, exhale. Moving the spine sequentially, starting to track the breath with the movement. Good. And I always end up reverting to inhaling up, exhaling out. So we can do that a few more times. It's already hot here today, so I don't have to do that too much. And then what we're doing there was symbolically stoking our fires. We are stoking a fire in the pelvic floor. That is what really gets our engine going, which gets the house, all the utilities tuned up. But what we're also exploring is the way our palm can support us on the ground, connecting the line of the shoulder and the arm, while also being light, a sense of lifting in the palms. We're trying to rotate the pit of the elbow forward with a almost micro bend in the elbow, a soft shoulder. And now we're going to stir our waters a little bit. There might be some weird dog noises, but we're practicing in life, and life contains all sorts of things. And this practice is really to help us navigate life. For me, it's about not going crazy. My wonderful teacher Naveen is very clear that the original practice of yoga was to help us not lose our minds while we're still in a body, to somehow organize us in the center of our experience, center of our sphere of influence, and to help us use and cultivate our fires well, and help us clean our waters, to move our waters, to quite literally make this whole experience of being human in a body something that feels bearable. Good. So then we'll spin the other way. So for me, what I'm offering you here is what is a very personal practice. In a way, yoga is a practice of personal responsibility, a practice of really showing up with the breath, with body, and this experience of being alive. So, back to center. We might flip our wrists for a moment. And this whole practice up to this point should feel like a sense of lifting the chest while hugging the belly in. A sense of taking a dome out of the back. And we'll tent our fingers and keep the chest lifted as we sit, the sits bones towards the heels. Toes untucked, pinky side of the foot rooting down. You might have heard my neck open a little bit there. I'm fighting for a lengthening, really. And then on an exhale, you might bring the rib cage on the inside of the thighs, chin tucking, forehead down, child's pose rest. Remembering to breathe into the rib cage as a whole. Inhale, lifting the chest, lengthening, bringing hands back in. Today, we practice. Whatever day this is that you're doing this practice. So we go back to the cat-cow, the sense of striking, tailbone, forward and back. You could be sitting on a block here. We won't be here that long. Inhale, exhale. Good. Now from here, on this day that I'm in, it is a new moon. In a way, it's the ultimate day to put intention out into the world. Someone told me recently that on the topic of prayer, because I believe prayer is really just intent, and it doesn't matter where that intent comes from. And she said that an elder taught her that prayers from the head aren't heard, but prayers from the heart are heard. So in a lot of ways, this whole experience is connecting this to this, and in a way that will spin it forward into the future. Let us go to downward dog. Knees super bent. Heels pressing down, hips lifting up, creating a sense of dynamic tension in the legs. Sense of pulling shoulders away from the hands to the point where almost the hands could float off the earth. Finding your breath. We'll do 5 breaths here. exhale. One more inhale, you should feel the hamstrings lengthening. And exhale. Let's bring our knees down. We'll bring our hips down. Elbows soften, chest down, head down. I'm going to inhale, root pubis bone down, pull belly in, use the back to lift up. You want a soft butt. Exhale down. It's really not the arms doing this. Inhale up. Sense of lengthening. I like to tuck the chin slightly. Exhale down. Really nice sense of traction in the spine here. One more time up. Good. We'll take this to child's pose as I will attempt to lead us in a new moon salutation practice. Taught by my teacher Naveen. Getting a little bit of mulch to try and correct a hole I'm in here. I'm in a depression, and I know that depression for me is the danger of not doing this practice. That I could move into despondence and negativity, and that's it's really about what patterns I'm bringing into my life. A little bark mulch fixes everything, because remember, we're not putting our weight absolutely in any one place. We're creating a sense of rooting and rising. Hands will come to the heels, chin tucks in the shape of a seed. On the inhale, hands pull heels, chest rises up, arms up, gaze at thumbs. Exhale, forward and down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down, dog. Inhale, press left heel to step right foot forward. Exhale, lower down left knee, untuck left toes. Inhale, up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands down. Trust the front foot. On an inhale, step forward. Exhale, fall down. On an inhale, lift the chest, use the legs to stand, arms up, gazing at thumbs. Exhale, fold, hinging, all the way down. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step back, lower down the knee, untuck toes, soften the butt. Inhale, up. Exhale, step back, down dog. Inhale, come through cobra, up dog, or upward cobra, trying to really keep the hips down. Child's pose. Hands to heels. Inhale, pull the heels, arms up. Exhale, forward and down. Inhale, up. Exhale, dog. This time, inhale, left leg forward. Exhale, lower down knee. Inhale, up. Anjaneyasana. Hands on elbows. Exhale, stay. Maybe hands in the back of the head very lightly. Inhale into it. And exhale, release. Step down. And tuck the back toes slightly to prepare to step forward. And your exhale, fold it down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left leg. Exhale back. Soften the pinky side of the foot. Inhale up. Hands behind the head. Or any other position. And exhale, stay. Inhale. Exhale, arms down. Take another breath or go right into it. Down dog. Inhale, up dog or upward cobra. Exhale, down dog. Good. Inhale, dome the back, come to plank. Exhale, back. And inhale, walk your hands to your feet. Soften knees, ribs to thighs. Hands to 2 fists between the arches. Get your measure. Then place palms under heels. Folding down, lifting the hips. Inhale and exhale in the shape of a seed. Fitting ourselves a lunar nature deep inside. Then hands come to palms. Elbows forward, chair pose. Exhale, stay. 5 breaths here. Inhale, chest is rising. Exhale, hips are descending. This is when you really want to feel the breath expanding the rib cage. All the way up on an inhale. Keep the hands on the elbows. Walk to the front of the mat. Exhale, arms down. Inhale up. Exhale down. We're really building heat. Inhale. And exhale. Let's do it fast. Hold it up. Exhale, arms down. Interlace behind the back. Good. On an inhale, maybe put weight into the ball of the foot. Press hips forward, slight back bend. Exhale, sit into a chair. Let it fold down. Bring arms up. Good. Inhale, lengthen. Hands down. If you can get the hands around the butt, you could do that. It's very hard. You might even fit the palms under the feet. Put the ball down. Exhale. Come down. Take an inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, walk through. Back up, king of the mountain. Kind of a funny trick. To come back to center. Exhale down, we'll continue. You know it's getting hot here in the garden. So usually in a moon practice, we don't do so much mountain pose. But even on a moon, I'm working on my ability to go out in the world. So much of my intent is to bring my heart forward more. What we're doing, especially if you do King of the Mountain in front of a mirror, you'll find that, things align imperfectly. Like for me, I need to bring right hip forward, left shoulder forward with the ribs coming in, to do a lot of opposite things. And life itself is quite the mystery. Let's go from king of the mountain. Let's put our arms together, bring our arms down, shake them up. The practice will continue. Let's reach out, inhale. Exhale, right elbow over left. Inhale up. Slight back bend. Exhale, sit into a chair. Inhale, lift elbows. You may even put your chin in the crook of the elbow. Exhale, put left elbow on right knee. Inhale, twist. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step it back, lunge. Soften front knee into the armpit. Pressing the back heel back, lower down the knee. Untuck toes. And inhale. And exhale. Let's do our elbows the same way again. Left under right. Lifting up. And you get the hips close to the ground. Good, and exhale, release. Very hard position. Good. And then ideally armpit and knee are connected. What we'll do here is we're gonna go towards side angle. And there's options here. Probably should tuck the back toes, roll the back heel down, set elbow on knee without any weight, and come up, making sure the front knee is tracking the direction of the toes. Exhale. Right, try and get everything linear. On the exhale, try to track the front knee directly forward. You could put elbow on knee. Left bicep towards ear. And inhale just to warrior two. Exhale, stay. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, come down. If you can, shoulder to knee, palm on the inside of the foot. Left bicep right here. Finding the breath. Eventually lowering the hands down, popping the back heel. Let's inhale, easy twist. Exhale, standing split to forward. Inhale, arms by ears, all the way up. Hands behind the head. Head presses into hands. Finding center. Seeing that you have 20% battery left. 28 minutes into class. This class will go until the battery dies. We'll inhale, reach our arms out. This time, right under left. Hook the wrist if you can. Put in the chin, up at the top, elbow. On an exhale, hinging. Actually, on an inhale, slight back bend. Exhale, chair. Inhale, extending, pull elbows forward, hips back. Exhale, feet together, elbow to knee. Slight twist. On the inhale, standing split, left side. And exhale back. Really pressing the heel back, make sure the knees behind the ankle. before you exhale the back knee down. Really explore for a moment this connection, the armpit and the knee. Yoga is always about willingness. Before I started practicing, I was unwilling to weed this little section right here. But now that I'm here, it seems kind of nice. So we'll hook right elbow under left, we'll inhale up, 3 breaths. Inhale up, exhale down. Good. Now we're going to play around with our warrior. So we'll press the back heel, we'll roll the heel down. Try to keep pushing this left knee into the arm. So we inhale, up, warrior 2. Leg position. I'm getting to a place where I'm getting distracted in the practice. Almost feels like some part of me is fighting doing the work. So bring elbow to knee, keep the knee directing forward. Inhale, maybe coming up, organizing, linear. Exhale, come down. It might be side angle. Really fitting in. And eventually down. Pop the back heel. Inhale, easy twist. And exhale. Let's just step back. Downward dog. Deepening the breath again. We might take this to child's pose, or hips above the knees, chest down, Anahatasana. Want a 90-degree angle in the thighs. Sense of softening the heart down. Be assessing what's going on in the body. On a macro level, you're trying to externally soften, internally strengthen. On a micro level, you're trying to find the right action in all these places. Then we can come to Sphinx. Really soften the hips on the ground. Really soften the buttocks. We'll reach right arm out to the side. We'll roll over, step left foot on the ground behind us. Then inhale back to center. Just to organize. Might even bring the other arm out to the side. And exhale, step back. Sorts of commotions that soil on yourself, wipe it off. And we are going to move back onto our heels for a moment. Remembering that the trick is really to become spherical. Let's bring our hands to our shoulders, elbows up. Inhale left, exhale right. Inhale to the left, because that's the east. Exhale to the right, because it's the west. It's east of us, west of us. Good, and reach up. And exhale, soften hands just to the back of the head, head pressing into hands. Inhale left, exhale right. Good, inhale, press up. Exhale, soften, arms down. Palms up, eyes closed. You can inhale, imagine radiating out from your center line, like you're a sphere pressing outwards in a way so filled. Exhale. Inhale. Imagine fire rising up your back. Exhale, envision water raining down your front. Every breath I envision is cleaning out my body. Smell this delicious valerian next to me. It's good to practice in a garden. Good. And we're going to get back into doing some effort. Let's do one more thing. Reach the arms out. We're going to interlace fingers with thumbs up behind the back, or fist bump, or reverse namaste. Try to make the arms into what looks like a coat hanger. I'm going with trying to get thumbs into shoulder creases because that helps organize my twist. And inhale, let the belly fill with breath. Exhale, empty it out, elbows come slightly forward. And this is Viloma. Inhale, exhale. Flapping the wings, remembering that the breath and this whole practice of yoga is really about cleaning you out. Take a big inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold back down to your child's pose. Long chest. Tucked into the shape of a seed. Moving into dynamic vinyasa. Keep your chest low but lifted. Swim forward Tuck toes, plank, upward plank, down dog. On the inhale, lift the right leg up. This time you can stack the hip, keep shoulders square. Exhale, step right leg forward, lower down left heel. Inhale, warrior one. Hips square forward. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, elbow to knee or lower. Inhale, reverse. Straighten front leg. Exhale, hinging, maybe putting left hand behind you. Triangle pose. And exhale. Trying to twist and be very linear. Ideally extending left arm to the sky. Shoulders relax. Just really tracking your breath. Hopefully my breath isn't too loud through these AirPods. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. One more exhale. Inhale, airplane your arms, square the hips forward. Ideally we'd have a block. Today I have my container of beans. Hand down, right arm up, reverse triangle, holding. Engage legs. One more inhale. And exhale. Come back through to Skandasana to the left. Inhale forward, easy twist. Exhale back, long chest, Skandasana. This time as we come forward, rotate both feet to the right, roll on top of the left foot. Ardha Skandasana. Inhale, side plank, left side. And exhale to hold. Inhale, step behind you, lift the hips slightly. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, upward dog or upward plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Stacking hip. Exhale, stay. Inhale, point toes. Square hips. Exhale, step through. Lower down, back heel. Hip square forward, inhale, warrior one. Exhale, two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, elbow to thigh or lower. You inhale, come up to prepare for your triangle and down. Find your breath. Triangle dramatically experiences or changes my experience of breathing. We breathe into it. We're trying to soften it with the spherical nice. Ideally, you have a block you can use. Sometimes I forget that I have support. I'm gonna inhale, airplane arms. Square hips forward, exhale. Right arm down. Reverse triangle. Good, and Skandasana to the right. Inhale. Easy twist. Exhale, back, Skandasana. And forward. Ardha Skandasana. Both feet to the left, roll on top of left foot, point behind you. Inhale, side plank, right side. Exhale. Inhale, step behind, lifting up. And exhale, down dog. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. Or forearms down for dolphin. You could bend your knees and look forward, lower the knees down, come back. So I'm going to give a couple options here just to have a little bit more fun in the ways that we might jump forward, only if that's in your practice. Because ultimately this whole practice is really opening up our joints so that we can get better mobility, so that the lines of strength that move through those areas can be toned and connected so that our whole system is more than the sum of its parts. So we're connecting the rooms, the functions, the activities, so that we have multiple pathways to support ourselves working in our body. It's not even about how it feels to do this practice, it's about how we feel afterwards and the way that we can gauge our diet based on how we feel. And it really is our responsibility. So, if you're into jumping forward, try and spot where you're going, a sense of hopping. If you're working handstand, you could do some hops. Handstands can be helpful, but they're certainly not necessary. Squats are more functional. We get into a squat, we want our shoulders with our knees. We might get our feet closer together. If the knees are pressing into the triceps, that creates an ability to really pull your chest through. Now for fun, we're gonna flip the wrists and bring the soft part of the foot, the arch, onto the wrist crease. Without much pressure. Most pressure is in the ball of the foot. You could really press your elbows into your hips while still trying to get the chest forward. Good. Now, let's just lean our... No. You can do whatever you'd like to get back. It could be Bakasana or whatever. You might go back to down dog. one more upward dog, upward plank. Down dog. Inhale, up, step hips. Exhale, right knee to right wrist. Inhale, right leg out to the left. Roll on left heel, lifting up the hips. And exhale, right side pigeon. Hand and knee and foot. Coming up, back bend. Exhale, folding. Right side pigeon pose. We want the hips level to the ground here. Listen to your breath. Imagining that somehow the breath in this position can clean out the tightness of the hip. Really all of our deep stuff. We could extend up for a moment if you like. Now some people might prefer to do this in a proud position the whole time. I'm going to go back down with an angle slightly away from the right knee. And on the inhale, you walk the hands up a bit. Maybe going off a little bit to the right. Fold it down. On the inhale, and back up to center, we're going to try something else. So we're going to roll all our weight to our right hip. Bring the right foot slightly forward. Pull left knee forward. Set. Left foot on right knee, and try and stack the shins. Now this is very difficult, so you just breathe. Might just be here. If this is really, really hard for you, you could just be holding the right leg up like this. This is what I need to work on, because it's really about slightly getting the tailbone back, getting a little hinge. Now I can see in my own life that tightness in my hips is actually what affects my scoliosis, especially in my left hip. So it is very important work for me to work on the hips, and that's why we're here. I mean, I could do this if I had the motivation for another hour, really just working on unraveling the hips. Because really it's about things getting knotted up. Sometimes we're born knotted up, and that's part of what the yoga work is. It's really undoing those knots. Good, and then from here, let's just lift our feet up. Hands to feet, feet to hands. We'll check behind us, make sure it's clear. I'm just gonna roll forward and back. Kicking the legs. too, school. Yeah. Might take you a couple times to get that. It's really about literally what we're working on, getting around the tightness in the hips. So again, you could go back any way you like. Vinyasa. Down dog. Let's lift our left leg up. Exhale. Left knee, left elbow. Shoot the foot out to the side. Inhaling up. Exhaling. Left side pigeon. All right, press the top of the back foot to sink a little deeper into the front knee. Get everything level. And folding down when I'm ready. With a back bend. Remembering that yoga is about using the breath to clean the house. In a way, it's my responsibility to clean my house every day. Not for others, but really for myself, so it's a place that feels nourishing. Cleaning out thought patterns, patterns of tightness, patterns of becoming what my chiropractor says hypertonic, right? Having pathways in the body that become permanently tight. And if you remember, we could play with maybe a few different angles. We could inhale up a little bit, a little back bend, tail tucks forward, maybe twist it the other way. And eventually roll onto left hip. Set right on top, or just hug left hip in. And work on getting the knee to the foot. If you practiced with me before and you don't feel anything here, I've probably taught you double pigeon, so you should do that. Try and get deep into it with a sense of a back bend in the upper body, like I'm doing here. I'm not curling over, but rather hinging at the hips. Trying to really first get belly towards shins, which is really hard. We'll do a few breaths here. Remembering that you can roll onto your back whenever you like. I could take you into happy baby, or if you're ready, maybe hands would come to low back for a plow pose. If you connect your hands to your feet, make sure the low back is pressing away from the head. Ending this moon practice in a deeply internal way. Maybe as we go into this position on our back, we think about how we might want things to be, what we might want to move towards. Right? Possibly trying to listen to the heart, trying to direct and filter thoughts through the heart so that they might grow into visions for the future. Something to live for. Whenever you're ready, you can roll back. I'm going to do a plow pose. Starting with my hands hooked. Ideally, you could roll the shoulders under, hands to look back. Extending legs long. If you prefer them bent, soften knees towards ears. And breathe in. Also just feeling like a baby. In the end, all we really have is our breath. Our major work is directing our attention. Somehow believing that it's consequential. Or breathe as of great importance. Eventually we'll roll. Happy baby. Sacrum roots down. Knees open to the sides. Palm of the foot facing up. You extend the left leg long, point the toes. You could twist with the left hand, the right knee over the left. Try to glue right shoulder down. And back to happy baby. Straighten the right leg. And bring left knee to right. Gazing left. Supine twist. And back to center. Bring the pads of the feet together. You can snap an ankle on a knee. Just feel your hips. You could even use your hands to do an inventory of the body. How do you feel? We'll start by bringing the feet hips distance. Maybe you could touch the heels with your hands. Relax shoulders. On the inhale, knees soften, hips lift. Sequentially up. Roll shoulders under, relax hands. Exhale, hold. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Maybe even lift your heels. exhale, slowly lower down one vertebrae at a time, as slow as you can, pulling hips away from the head. Sacrum right down. Fully relaxed hips. Just breathe here, maybe hand on belly, heart. Shoulders never move. Remember, when we breathe, we also direct our attention. Where the breath goes, the intention flows. So as you inhale, imagine a thought arising, stomach, up into the heart, then to the mind, and letting go. We know that thoughts come like waves in the ocean. We remember which ones to remember, right? Or if you're a surfer, you don't ride every wave, you choose the right one. And your practice would be being able to discern the right one. So inhale the hips up. One more bridge, which could also be a wheel. Doing your best to use the legs and keep your knees parallel. And breathing, breathing here. And lower down. Wheel very much being a crescendo in the practice, a place of really putting it all together, wrapping it all back together. I like to do 3 strong back bends, which means I would do one more. Hopefully there's enough battery on the phone. Maybe I'll have a bite of bronze fennel beforehand. Ideally you don't eat before you practice, but fennel doesn't count. Herbs don't count. Yoga counts. Breathing counts. Showing up willingness to put in the effort counts. As we go to a bridge, or possibly a warrior, a wheel. And lower down towards a final resting position for you. And any final movements you feel called to do. Lying somehow in a position of receptivity. If you have things to do, you could go there now. If you have the time to stay here in the garden with me, it may serve you to just lie. Lying as opposed to standing in the uncertainty. And we give ourselves the permission to fully relax and lie down, hopefully in a safe space. We can see what the path is like towards letting go, giving ourselves permission to soften I try and perceive the benevolence of the earth. I somehow see the gravity which can weigh on me as a blessing. Remember when I breathe that I'm feeling belly, heart, head. Remember to direct my thoughts through my gut, through my heart, so that I can formulate a good mind. As you're ready, you could hug your knees in. Maybe sway side to side. If you're going back to bed, you could roll to the left. Going out in the world, roll to the right, towards a seated position. Eyes closed. Or to stack the spine. Bring effort and grace. If you're still here with me in this class, you put in the effort to possibly walk through the day with a sense of being able to catch grace in our hands. So we'll bring our palms up, soft shoulders, heart forward, center of our sphere. Envision the breath going to each part of the body. end class now with gratitude for yourself and possibly to me through Venmo for this class. And if you feel like there's more work to do, which I do, I'm going to sit in meditation to align myself to somehow radiate my intention from the center of my sphere, the center of my being, in the heart's desire. To this, we're going to meditate the magic square. 9 places to wrap our attention and our breath through the body, to move through the direction of our attention into intent, something that we could also physically embody inside of our sphere, the center of our sphere. Imagine there is a consciousness above our own, such as a universal consciousness. Every inhale, we're going to inhale it in, down the center tube, all the way to where we pee. And exhale there, we dropped in. On the inhale, we'll string up to our right eye. Exhale there, and the right eye's reactivity. It's the eye that sees the road, sees the danger. On the inhale, we'll take that attention from its reactive form around the back to the heart. So we inhale into our potential. And exhale there, sensing the heart's potential. On the inhale, allow a vision to rise to the left eye, the eye that sees the map forward, the path forward. Exhale there. On the inhale, pull through the future in front of us, this vision into the center of our heart, center of our chest. Shrine to ourselves. As we exhale here, find a sense of internal radiance from our center point outwards. On the inhale, we'll go down to the right foot, the right hip. We'll exhale here, the right hip is our best foot forward. Inhale, we'll wrap our attention to our right hand, right shoulder, the hand that makes deals in the world. We see what effort might be required to realize our potential. Exhale there. Inhale around the back from right shoulder to left hip. We exhale into the left hip. See our patience, our willpower. Then inhale up the front line of the body to the third eye. Exhale there, finding a sense of attention being improved. Attention is improved here through this movement of my attention, like I'm wrapping myself like a sphere, like a ball of yarn. So inhale 1, exhale 2, inhale 3, exhale 4, inhale 5, exhale 6, inhale 7, right shoulder. Exhale 8, left hip. Inhale 9, third eye. Exhale. Good. Inhale into 1, where you pee, drop into the moment. Exhale, right eye, reaction to the moment. Inhale, wrap reactivity through the past, through the heart. See potential. Exhale, let a vision rise to the left eye. Inhale to the heart center, the center of the body, between the heart and the right. Exhale, right hip. Inhale, right shoulder. Exhale, left hip. Inhale, 9. And exhale, release, rain out. It's really about energizing and directing our body to be the best of what we can be. So when I do these squares, I'm building myself. I'm building my radiance from here outward. My ability to handle reactivity. My ability to be patient, right? This is a polarity. You got to drive a dangerous road, but you also have to be patient. But if I have a vision, I have to balance it out with willingness. If I have potential, I have to put in effort. So think for this last few moments about how could we move our attention? How could we fill our sphere so much with every breath that we could essentially pop our cork and rain out with that radiance inside. One of the biggest lessons for me is to know that if I am this sphere, I have a very strong cell wall, that I can roll through life knowing how to protect myself. Knowing also that I can't just give in all directions. That to truly give, you have to go out the same way you come in. So if you bring it all in and cultivate that radiance, you could also pop a cork, rain out some form of goodness from you, hopefully goodness, which is why we do yoga, so we're not negative. We can rain out outside the sphere of our influence to affect that around us, be it a garden, be it a human. You can inhale, hands to heart center, heart towards hands. Exhale, fold down, hands towards the earth. Maybe bowing the head in gratitude for the planet which has given us everything we have. Then inhale, you could rise up, possibly hands towards the sky, deep respect for the great mystery that we are living. Exhale to center, gratitude for ourselves, for showing up. May we all bring our potential forward into the future to create a better world. Namaste. Peace be with you. Let us proclaim the mysteries of faith and the sun which rises every day. These plants which grow themselves in this life. Thank you for joining me here for yoga in the garden. Hopefully my spine is straighter now.